Welcome back to the Stockboy Gaming channel. I kind of have my voice back. Kinda. It's going to be a little rough, but hang in there with me. I'm going to do my best. I'm really excited for the Sentinel Classic Widebody. It's going to take on the Comet Retro Custom on each of the tracks you see here today. We'll combine all the scores together. At the end, I'll give you the Stockboy Speed Score, which is a performance index type score. I also have my new test track for handling on a street surface. You'll want to make sure you stick around to see that. But these are two legendary German sports cars, both modified by Benny. I'm really excited to put these up against each other. Of course, they're in race spec. Donner helped me out with that. He's not going to appear in this video, but we've got some really good stuff coming your way. We're going to head out to the drag strip, and I'll see you there. First up, we got La Puerta Dragway, real drag times, and we're going to the 8 and quarter-mile lines today. I'm also going to be showing you the original Sentinel Classic against the Widebody throughout this video. So there's a little bonus for you here. We'll see how much it's improved. Some people are saying it hasn't. I'm here to tell you that's a bunch of horse. It really has, and you can see here how much it's improved from an acceleration standpoint. It's pretty awesome. It's going to absolutely annihilate the original Sentinel Classic to the 8 and quarter-mile lines. What's that going to mean against our Comet Retro Custom? I'm crazy for putting it up against this car, right? Well, hopefully if you've been around for a while, you know I'm not too crazy. I'm a little bit insane, but this is going to be a pretty decent race. And we're going to see off the line, that Widebody gets the 8th mile line first. The Retro Custom is going to try to claw its way back, but it's not gonna. And the Sentinel Classic Widebody actually extends the lead by that point. So what we have is a sub 7-second 8th mile for the Sentinel Classic Widebody. That is awesome. Huge improvements over the original, and it does beat the Comet Retro Custom to every single line on my drag strip. So now we're going to head out to Seaside, and we got to see how these cars do here. We're looking for top speed, which is going to be average speed around this custom speedway. The original looked great. The new Sentinel Classic Widebody is absolutely phenomenal. I love this car so much, guys. I can't get over how great it is. I'm hoping it does well here when we're looking at top speed. I know a lot of people care about that. Got a surprise for you as well with the original Sentinel Classic there. But the Pfister Comet Retro Custom is extremely fast here. So it's a big task to try to take it on. And it does beat it. That's pretty exciting, just by about 1 mile an hour. What's weird, the Sentinel Classic is 5 miles an hour slower than it was. It's the last time I tested it, and I will tell you, I think there's been some nerfing going on with cars when they release new versions of Rockstar. So now, we are on to my test track. This is a fun one, and we're going to see, has it improved any from a handling standpoint? Well, we know it's got a lot more power. But what you're going to see here is this race might be a little closer than you think, especially to that first gantry. We have a little bit of a gap for the new Widebody, but the original is keeping up pretty well. What you'll see or hear, most likely in the video, a lot of black marks on the track up top. Even though it is pulling away, it's not pulling away maybe quite as much as we would expect. Well, those black marks on the track means that this thing oversteers. I love that. That doesn't bother me at all. You may not like that too much, but the oversteer does slow it down. Oh, I lost my voice. Hang on. All right, I'm back. The oversteer slows it down slightly, but you can manage it. You can fight through it. You can get it through corners, and you can take advantage of it in some situations. The original Sentinel Classic handled extremely well. You can see the gap is starting to grow maybe a little bit, but we know here, this is the final corner, final stretch. That Sentinel Classic Widebody is going to turn on the power. And it's going to smoke it by the time we get to that finish line, is what it is. So a big gap there, right? How is it going to stack up to the Comet Retro Custom? Because this thing is a pretty awesome GTA car, and we're talking about handling problems. Well, the Comet Retro Custom is really stable, but you also get some corner entry understeer that's not my favorite maybe. Through that first section, you can see it pulls ahead a little bit. Now as we go through here, understeer tends to not help you on these double right-handers. We're trying to avoid the curbs and some of these to not upset either car. They're both a little finicky. Doesn't look like there's much of an improvement over the Widebody from the Retro Custom through the second section until we get right about here. And that long sweeping corner is a huge advantage. to the Retro Custom on the bottom. Both of these cars are a lot of fun to drive, and they both really couldn't be much more different. You're not going to get the Retro Custom to oversteer much. It's really easy to get the Sentinel Classic to oversteer, but you got to control it, and you can if you control your throttle, but that's a big gap by the time we get to the finish line. You'll see that I can't quite get under a minute with the Sentinel Classic Widebody. It's about 7/10 faster than the original, which is good. But yeah, that Comet Retro Custom 58-second lap, that's seriously impressive. So, what does it mean for the speed score? Well, we do have the Comet Retro Custom on top, but maybe not by a ton. You've got better acceleration, better top speed when you're looking at the Sentinel Classic. So, if that's what you're looking for, this is a fantastic car for you. So, we've got two awesome German cars, two very different strengths, where they're significantly better than the other for the most part. Now we want to see how these guys are going to do on a street surface, and here we are at my time attack circuit. This is a fun place to be. We'll talk about the cars and how they're handling a little bit, because that's the main point of this. Comet Retro Custom, that's a tricky corner, and it's able to take it pretty well. It goes through the hairpin really easily also, and it's just smooth all the way around really this first half of the track. We start to go downhill, and you start to get a little bit of that corner entry understeer, but you can tease it out a bit by controlling your throttle. It flies through the final hairpin, and we're already going through the tunnel down to the start-finish line. This thing was absolutely moving. Now, though, we got to see if that E30 M3 can keep up. It's a little faster, so I'm hoping going uphill in this section, it's going to do pretty well. We can see it getting to this first corner. It goes pretty wide with some understeer that surprised me, and then you've got those black marks from oversteer. So we're kind of sliding in through that hairpin, but we're still able to control it. We're definitely sliding there. Coming down here, though, this is where it's going to get really hairy. You can see black marks everywhere. You got to be really careful on your throttle. Every time you see the car backfire, I'm lifting off the throttle. We're going up on two wheels. Almost hit the wall. Flying down that tunnel to the start-finish line. Well, we've got a winner in the Comet Retro Custom again, and by a couple seconds really this time. So it's definitely quicker than the Sentinel Classic Widebody on that track too. But that doesn't take away from the Sentinel Classic Widebody in my opinion. This car is absolutely fantastic. You ready for it? It's perfect. It's everything it needs to be. It drives so well for what it is. I don't care what surface it's on. It's great. It looks great. It drives great. It's quick enough to be a lot of fun. I highly recommend this car if you don't already have it. Don't listen to all the hate. It's a great car. If you like fun vehicles, this is a fun vehicle. But this Pfister Comet is still incredibly good. And what I didn't mention is that it was quite a bit quicker around the test track than the last time I ran it. This thing, now that, I don't know, I'm either getting comfortable with it or whatever, I love it. I'll always have it in my garage, and it's really quick. Thanks so much for joining today. Thanks for putting up with me too with my goofy voice. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Let me know what you think as well, and, you know, like, do all the good stuff. Thanks again. I hope to see you next time.